My Nikon D3100 has a nifty feature called guide mode that I'd like to tell you about. Guide mode is most helpful for people just starting out in photography or who are familiarizing themselves with their D3100. The guide will take you through a series of choices to set up your camera. So let's take a look. To get to guide mode, you turn the mode dial to guide. When you turn the camera on, you'll see the main screen and the battery indicators at the top right. There are 3 options in the middle, and the guide mode indicator and the number of exposures remaining are in the lower right. You next choose from the 3 options: shoot, view, delete, or setup. If you want to take photos, you choose shoot. From there, you have 3 more options. You have easy operation, you have advanced operation, you have use a timer or quiet shutter. In easy operation, you choose from a series of situations. You have auto, where the camera will simply decide on the majority of the settings for you. You have no flash, where the camera is in auto but the flash is disabled. Or you could get a little more detailed with distant subjects, close-ups, sleeping faces, moving subjects, landscapes, portraits, and night portraits. For each of these, the camera will make adjustments to the settings for you. Now you will be told which mode the camera will be in. You can then choose start shooting or more settings. If you choose start shooting, you'll be able to then choose if you want to use the viewfinder, use live view, or shoot movies. However, if you choose more settings, you can customize with a few additional settings depending on which scenario you chose, like picture control, exposure compensation, flash compensation, flash mode, release mode, ISO sensitivity. Just depends on which option you've chosen. So then you can choose start shooting. When you use easy operation, the camera will use auto no flash, and the scene modes. And if you'd like to know more about these modes, check them out in my video here. Now you also have advanced operation. You have several options here as well. This will give you more control over how your camera behaves, but it explains what it is and what you're doing. You can choose soften backgrounds, bring more into focus, freeze motion people, and freeze motion vehicles, or show water flowing. If you choose soften backgrounds or bring more into focus, you'll be taken to the next screen where it will explain that you'll be using aperture priority. It explains how to use that as well. So next you choose the aperture, and then you can choose start shooting or more settings, just like in easy operation. If you choose either of the freeze motion options or show water flowing, the next screen will tell you that you are using shutter priority, and it explains how to use it. Then you choose start shooting or more settings again. Now, aperture priority and shutter priority are 2 of the basic DSLR modes. When you choose them from this guide mode, you are using a modified version of them, where you are choosing the aperture or the shutter speed, and the camera is choosing the rest. You do have the full-on modes though available on your D3100, and if you want to learn more about those and about the other basic DSLR modes, take a look at my video here. One thing to remember, that the camera isn't going to remember your shooting settings when you're done with them in guide mode. So if you turn the mode dial or if you turn the camera off, the next time that you turn to guide mode, it will default to easy operation auto. The last option under shoot is use a timer or quiet shutter. You will be taken to a screen that shows you where you choose your release mode. And if you change the release mode using the dial on the top of the camera while your guide mode is still up, it will tell you what you've chosen at the top of the screen. Now back to the beginning. You can choose view delete to view or delete the pictures you've taken, obviously. You can choose view single photos, which is just like pressing the playback button that's on the back of your camera. You can also choose view multiple photos, where you'll be able to see thumbnails. You can also choose a date from a calendar to see the photos taken on that date, or you can view a slideshow as well. Now when you choose delete photos, you are taken to another menu where you decide if you want to delete multiple photos, photos by date, or just delete all. Okay, back to the beginning one last time. When you choose setup, you can make changes to numerous camera settings. The ones that you might want to use are image quality, image size, format memory card, which will delete your entire memory card, LCD brightness, and many others. These settings are all available in the menus of your D3100, which you can find by pressing the menu button on the back. Guide mode can be great for getting good photos or as a learning tool for you when you're first learning how to do photography and when you're first starting out with the D3100, because you're learning and getting to take pictures at the same time. And you can use it and then take a look at the settings that the camera chose after you take the photo. Now, to see the settings in the camera, you can go to the photo information screen when you're in playback. To do that, you just press the play button on the D3100. It's in the upper left on the back of the camera, and then press the up or down button until the photo info appears. You'll be able to see things like shutter speed, aperture, and ISO there. You can also view the same information in some photo software like Picasa and Aperture. Let me know if you have any questions.